battle to claim the Apple Cup, always hotly contested. And even when these teams have struggled and winless seasons have been part of the equation, that just intensified the resolve to bring home the apples. Welcome to the Palouse, Pullman Washington Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, facing off with another team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lewis. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the Washington State Cougars offense will have the football first. Washington, as it so often has over the years, dominated the last time they saw the Cougs.
That was a statement win for Washington. We now play in the Big Ten. Washington State, you do not. And they wanted to put everybody on notice. They blew out the Cougars.
And that's just not fun if you're a Washington State fan. You've seen Washington win this over and over again. They go to a bigger and better conference. You're left behind. You at least want to get the apple. Last year you didn't. This year you got to bite at the apple.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. DB's right up on the receivers. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
And that is how you set the tone as a defense on the first drive of the game. You're not just getting a 3-and-out. You're not even just getting a turnover, but you actually score points with a safety to open this thing up.
So the Washington Huskies offense has its first opportunity of the day. Leaves it with the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Huskies in the hurry up. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And wings it incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the catch. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. He might want another play. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Fires toward the end zone. Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
And that's Feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I tell you what, this guy's making a name for himself. 2 sacks last week. He's got 2 today already. He is terrorizing quarterbacks.
The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. Quick completion on the out. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
On third and long, a check down will be the last resort. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Big guy smells it.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Got out of trouble and throws. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. They just keep firing. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Huskies. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. To say this is a slow start would be an understatement. They haven't even made the chain gang move yet. Catch in the middle, it's key. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31.
The #1 goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Looking to throw on first down. Rush is on him. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He wants to throw it. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those.
They suck.
Create the turnover.
The give to the left side. Cobb sliding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. A continual subplot since these two first squared off in 1900 is Washington State trying to prove it deserves the same respect and status as UW.
And I think oftentimes the great rivalries out west are forgotten in college football. This game between Washington and Washington State is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy that with conference realignment, they were able to keep this game on the schedule because it is always fun to watch.
It is fun, and it's for the Apple Cup, and here's the cool thing. These teams, they're not in the same conference anymore. They used to be for years, but this rivalry still lives because it still matters to the Washington and Washington State fans.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Looking to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Motion from the wideout. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Old Dominion. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Second down, he'll throw it. to the big fella. He gets up to the 15-yard line as they're working their way away from their own end zone. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession...
He's going for a big play downfield. Touchdown, Washington! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Huskies!
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
And he'll bring it back. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Kicking team's got it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Touchdown, Washington. And they take it in for 6 more points.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They've been gashed by the proverbial buzzsaw now to try to find a way to fight back into this game. With jet sweep pass. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Trying to move the sticks on third down. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Looking downfield on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Takes it the other way. 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Huskies. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback and the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
On third down, he drops the throw. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Washington State will have to boot it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Wants to adjust the pattern. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Lets it fly. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Huskies. Once he got some room, it was over.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Lewis. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. The give on the option. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. They got nothing on. Play at 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's key. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Nestles it in at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Quarterback making adjustments. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the right. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Now they'll run the draw. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's taking the shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. He's not afraid to go deep. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds. They'll move the tight end. He'll keep it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this deep.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Washington State sends out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do...
Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Washington!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. They'll start this drive with a pass. And down he goes back at the 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks, add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
Washington State will have to boot it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time.
Punt returners, man, you just got to make one guy miss. You make the first dude miss, and then a lot of times it's off to the races. This guy is so dangerous in the open field, as he shows right there in the punt return touchdown.
Washington State, 0.
Coming out with it, it's Lewis. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The corners are walked up tight. Going to sling it on second down. Here comes the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got his man downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Washington wants to go quickly.
That's a first down for the offense.
Here's the handoff. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on second down. He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
At the 5-yard line. First and goal, Washington.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
Man, that D-tackle has an explosive first step. He shot right out of his stance. He was in the backfield and he was able to make the tackle for loss.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking to get it in. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington!
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Washington State sends out the punt unit. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Washington State, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Send the tight end in motion. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Rides to back and leaves it. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. Running back searching for a hole. He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3.
At the 32-yard line. Now, 4th down.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Huskies and Cougars.
Washington State ready to put it away to start the third quarter. And he's going to bring it out. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. A strike downfield. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. To the air on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Pocket breaking down. Can't connect on his first throw.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And every time he gets brought down, everybody kind of gasps for a second because you're already on number 2, and you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. The least amount of hits as possible because you definitely don't want to go to QB number 3.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Washington! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Well, this receiver is making this passing attack look like it's going against air.
No doubt, it does. It looks like it's on air. I tell you what, you got to find a way to rough this guy up a little bit. Be physical. Make sure he takes a toll instead of all these big plays he keeps making. Make him tired, physically dent him a little bit, make him have to work a little bit harder than you have been.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Off-play action on first down. Skips away from pressure. Took a shot as he threw. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver going in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Moving out to the right. Slings it downfield. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Now facing a third and long. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Huskies. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Here he comes from inside his own 5, and he coughs it up inside the 20. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The best way this offense can say thanks for that 2 spot is by following it up with a score of their own, David.
Really fun when your defense does that. When they get you back the football and they score some points, Palmer. Put those points up on the board. Usually brag about it, especially defensive. We got more points than you, but good opportunity for this offense to get more.
Yeah, it's you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing right now. I'll tell you, if this offense is able to go down the field and put up a touchdown, this could be a potentially 9 to 10 point swing based on your defense getting you that safety. You've got great field position now. You got to take advantage.
Wants to go up top. Setting up the screen. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Washington right back to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Northwestern has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since the walk with us send-off, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over San Diego State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, Dave.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. Touchdown, Huskies. The defense putting points on the board.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 27-yard line, so a couple extra yards of field position for this offense to start. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Now on the option. The pitch. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Huskies! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Great job by the running back scoring on that pitch play off the option. It wasn't easy. He had to make somebody miss and do some dirty work there down inside the 10-yard line, but nice individual effort.
And the extra point is good. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front and how good their pass rush has been.
The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup in. A lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there.
Looking deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Washington State will have to boot it away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So from the shadow of his goal post, he gets the punt away. He's got great speed. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Under fire. Finds the tight end. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the...
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Gives it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Cradles it at the 35. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. It's complete to the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Washington wants to go quickly.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They were licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
Gets the back moving. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Catch and stride inside the 15. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the back. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Looking to move the chains. Washington now on 4th down. They'll run play action. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He stopped. Not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field position than this all game did.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. It'll be 3rd and long. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
You know, I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
And he curls that thing just
Get this FG, fellas.
Let's not say they cut into the deficit with that field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the 4th down for the 1st down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Off play action. He fires one deep over the middle. He's got it inside the 15. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
This reminds me of something.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Number 42, with points for the defense.
Matt, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. So Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. All bottled up, and now the ball is free. Ball was loose in their own end zone, and the defense recovered it for a touchdown.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a nonprofit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. You got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. He's going to throw deep right side. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Got some room to run at the 30. He's at the touchdown, Huskies. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
From the gun, the running back has it. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Washington State sends out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Great place to start for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buys a little extra time. He'll try to do it himself. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense got it. They're on the run. The 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, Cougars! How about this defense taking play there by the offense, but still a ton of ground to make up.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over, but listen, put that exclamation point on it. Finish the way you want to finish. Make sure your offense keeps that momentum going. It can build throughout the season.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Troy is getting whooped today, and at some point this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 21 to Middle Tennessee. That's where things stand right now, and of course if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the looking deep. Caught at the 25. All by himself down the middle. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Huskies. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Punch it out of the air. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. To the ground with the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Making side adjustments here. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He rifles one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. With the catch, it's Townsend. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that 1st down marker. They're throwing for it on 4th down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Oh, Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Fires on the move. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Looking for more room. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Washington.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll start this drive going to the air. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Washington right back to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Firing to the right, complete. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Going over the top. They almost had another interception. Is everybody clear on who's wearing which colored jerseys? Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can. He lofts one down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Washington State will have to boot it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got the tight end. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
Off the play fake. Quickly complete. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Zings it complete to the right. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. And the returner will be knocked down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Give to the back. stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Washington sends out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes.
And they're going to score again. Yet another
Blocker just cost you 200.
They finish it off with a touchdown and seal up this game.
Yeah, this might be what you call garbage time, and it might not really matter because you know the game's out of reach, but I like it. Keep executing, keep finding some more plays. Hey, maybe you find a play later on down the season that you might come back to and say, hey, this actually worked in this situation.
That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Got it in the middle. It's McGooligan. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. Catches it at the 30. Makes a move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He's got an open man. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside the 10, here he comes. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Going right to work up top. Here's a heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. Back to pass on 2nd down. Under fire. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack.
Encroachment defense. So
the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. He'll take any help you can get with that penalty yardage, but it's still 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He's taking a deep shot. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. The Huskies had that dog in them in this one.